Hey, I'm Matt Toronto, and we are here with one of the coolest new devices, the Emsculpt by BTL. And this lovely model here, this very lovely model, who happens to be my wife, is getting ready to get Emsculpt. So what does that mean? So as you can see, this is a device that has kind of a Tesla-like screen on it. It's really kind of high-tech, but basically it's using a very similar technology to an MRI device. And what it does, it's sending energy into muscles and causing these massive contractions. And it's a way that we can dramatically improve the strength and the definition of the muscles in your body without you working out. It doesn't mean it's a replacement, oh, I never need to work out, I just need to do Emsculpt. But this does way more than what you can do working out for certain muscles. For example, the abdomen. So when you do a sit-up or a crunch, you're using about 40, maybe 50% of the muscles in your abdomen. The Emsculpt uses 100% of them. And it does it in a way that you could never duplicate. In fact, CAT scan and MRI studies show that 30 minutes of an Emsculpt treatment is the equivalent of you doing 20,000 sit-ups, which of course you could never do. We treat the abs, the glutes, the legs, the arms. When you do the glutes, it's the equivalent of doing 20,000 lunges. It's pretty incredible. And it's very high tech. We were one of the first in the Midwest to have it, and the clients who are doing it are just loving it. Not only strengthening and defining, but it's so great for your core. We've heard great response people who have back pain, because if you have lower back pain, strengthening your core is so important. For elderly people, strengthening their core for stability, because as people get old and they get weak, they're more prone to falling. So it's a great device. A lot of famous people, it's been all over the news that Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers and Rob Gronkowski, famous tight end from New England, who's now with Tampa Bay. J-Lo was doing it before the Super Bowl. It's really gotten a lot of good press. So Kathy is set up. The paddle is right on her abdominal wall. And what I'm going to do here is I am just going to start the intensity level. And we'll start at 30%. And you're going to see involuntarily, she's going to have this contraction. You're going to hear this tick, 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 ticking sound. So Kathy, tell me, what does this feel like right now?
It just feels like a pull. It's not, it just feels like a slight tug on the skin and the muscle, really. But it's completely comfortable right now.
And I think most people will say the same thing. And when you get this treatment, it's 30 minutes. We start you at a pretty low intensity, so 30, 40%, to make sure that you kind of know what it feels like, get accustomed to it, and then move it up as you go. Now, most people, after they've done one treatment, two, they get all the way up to 100%. And you'll get a little better result, the more intensity, but you don't want it to be uncomfortable. To me, when I had it done, I thought, it feels strange, but it doesn't hurt. Okay, because it's totally involuntarily. You couldn't stop this happening if you tried with messing your muscles.
Yeah, absolutely not. I just have a question for you though.
Sure.
Did you ever get it up to 100% like I did on my first treatment?
Yeah, she likes to brag about that. So one thing that you have to know, if you have a stronger muscle area, you won't be able to tolerate as much because you have more muscles. So she has a lot weaker muscles than I do.
Men can't tolerate as much.
And so, she can go way up there because her muscles are so teeny tiny.
Oh.
So, but let's increase this. Speaking of that a little bit, and so we're going to go up to 50%. The noise will get a little bit louder. You can see a little bit more of a contraction. So what did you feel is the difference from 30 to 50%?
Well, I think it's just like it sounds, it just intensifies a little bit. It's the exact same type of feeling. I do really like, even having had the treatment a couple times, I do still like to start at that like 20 to 30% just because your body gets used to it.
You get a little blood flow going.
Yeah, and then there's no surprises.
Yeah. So with this treatment, what we like to do is recommend a series of 6, and really we see the best results when you do 2 a week for 3 weeks. Now after that, remember, we are working on muscles. So if you just did your series and said, okay, I'm done for life, eventually you're going to go back to the way you were. And so depending on your age and your fitness level, we will recommend maintenance treatments. A lot of people, we have some people who do one treatment a month, some that do one every 2 months, some that do one every 3 months. And again, the most popular body zones tend to be the abdomen, getting more definition, kind of developing that six-pack look, the glutes. So it really can take the butt and lift it and round it and shape it and firm it up, which a lot of women like. The calves, which can be an area that are tough to build up, the biceps. It's really a pretty versatile machine. Our client satisfaction of this has been wonderful. we're just getting wonderful feedback, people very happy with the results. Now, you've done a series of treatments before, and what would you say you felt?
I would say one of the things that I loved is after the first treatment, I just felt stronger. So going to Orange Theory Fitness, any type of workout that you do, it's like I went to do a sit-up and it was just like, bam. I mean, the sit-up was so much easier. It's hard to explain that until you experience
You've had
it.
it done, yeah.
But that was within the first treatment. I would say most of our clients say that they experience that within the first couple of treatments. And then it's just things like, you button your pants and it's just, okay, I didn't have to pull on it so much. I mean, your clothes start to fit better. I think that's the other thing that I noticed initially. So it was like the strength that I felt and then my clothes going on, they just fit better.
Yeah, we have a client here who's a fitness instructor, and she's in amazing shape, but she comes once a month and she does her abs and her glutes because she just says it adds to what she's doing. So the other thing about this device in the clinical research, it showed after doing a series of treatments that people lost 19% of body fat. And so we kind of believe that, or we do believe the Cool Sculpting is a more dramatic result for body fat, but one of your side products of this treatment is the fact that some people are seeing a decrease in body fat as well as increasing the muscle. So we're very excited about Emsculpt. It's been a great addition to our clinic. And if you have any questions, obviously give us a call, and consultations are always complimentary. But if you're looking for a way to firm up, strengthen, increase stability, tone your body, I'll tell you, Emsculpt is about the best thing we've seen.